After the colourful musical of An American in Paris, the Academy decided to double down on spectacle. The Greatest Show on Earth was directed by Cecil B. DeMille, one of the most influential filmmakers of Hollywood's early years. Today, however, the film is probably best known for something else. Its Best Picture win remains one of the most controversial in Oscar history, especially considering it beat films like High Noon and came out the same year as Singing in the Rain, which wasn't even nominated. The film follows the performers and staff of a traveling circus as they tour across America. Charlton Heston stars as Brad Braden, the circus manager, who oversees a colourful cast of trapeze artists, clowns, daredevils, and animal performers. Much of the story revolves around a rivalry between trapeze artists Holly and the Great Sebastian, both of whom compete for the coveted center ring. Along the way, a romance develops between the performers, while a mysterious clown named Buttons, played by Jimmy Stewart, hides a secret of his own. The biggest strength of The Greatest Show on Earth is the circus sequences. They are impressive, but they go on for way too long, ruining the pacing of the film. The performances are hit and miss. Betty Hutton in particular feels very over the top at times. I wasn't a fan of her character Holly, but Sebastian was even worse. He's presented as a charming rogue, yet much of his behaviour comes across as creepy. He constantly pursues Holly despite her repeated rejections, and the film seems to treat this as romantic rather than uncomfortable. And to make matters worse, Holly eventually starts falling for him despite already being in a relationship. I found this whole romance frustrating to sit through. Jimmy Stewart probably gave the strongest performance in the film. Not just because he's Jimmy Stewart, but because his character is the only one surrounded by any real mystery. But when that mystery was finally revealed, I found it more underwhelming than satisfying. The film won just 2 Oscars, Best Picture and Best Story. The Greatest Show on Earth is remembered less for the film itself and more for its controversial win. It frequently appears on lists of the weakest Best Picture winners, and is often cited as one of the Academy's worst choices. But there is one silver lining. This was the first film Steven Spielberg ever saw, and it's what inspired his love of filmmaking. So, in a weird way, if it wasn't for The Greatest Show on Earth, we might never have gotten E.T. But I'm still going to give this film just 1.5 stars, and that half star is just because the stunts were impressive. I'm surprised I found a Best Picture winner I hated more than Cavalcade, but here we are.